Now we've seen our next guests fighting for their lives, both on screen in The Hunger Games and Squid Game. Now they're back playing a completely different game of sorts, the game of acting in a brand new Disney Plus Star Wars series. Please welcome from The Acolyte, Amandla Stenberg and Lee Jung-jae. Goodness! Oh my goodness. Welcome. Welcome to both of you. Welcome to your first Star Wars celebration. How is it?
Insane. We're so happy to be here. We're so excited we finally get to share what we're up to.
Yeah. I mean, it was absolutely amazing to see some of the details this morning, to hear some of what you're going to be doing. What was it like to finally be able to share some of those details with the crowd?
I think we're so confused about what we can share, which is, I think, the nature of just probably being a part of Star Wars. But hopefully what you guys got to see is the kind of the tone of the show, which is very much inspired by martial arts films. It's very inspired by Kill Bill. Leslie likes to say that the show is a combination of Frozen and Kill Bill, which is kind of a nuts combo. But I think tonally, it's really exciting. It's really dark. It has a sense of magical realism, and yeah, we're just so exhilarated to finally give you a sneak peek.
아니 오늘 진짜 놀라는 일이 많네요.
Today, a lot of surprising things happening.
이렇게 많으신 분들이 이렇게 함께 하시는 이 행사가 15년 됐다라는 것에 많이 놀랐습니다.
So I've been amazed to find that this celebration with so many of you has been going on for 15 years.
Yeah, 15 years.
물론 그리고 또 저희가 함께 하고 있다라는 것도 놀랍고요.
And it's really surprising in a nice way that we're all together in this.
Oh, it's a family, and you're part of the family now.
Yes, right. 그리고 오늘 아콜라이트를 조금 보여드릴 수 있어서 너무 기뻤고요.
And I was really glad to show you a sneak peek of Acolyte today as well.
Yeah.
그리고 그것만큼 더 흥분됐던 것은
And something more exciting on top of that was
다른 트레일러도 오늘 많이 봤다라는 것이 굉장히 흥분되었습니다. 멋있었습니다.
it was so cool to see other trailers for other shows as well. Really exciting.
We did see a lot of amazing stuff in the studio presentation. What one trailer or surprise had you both like the most excited?
From the other shows?
From the other shows, yeah. Can't say your own show, that's cheating.
I'm just so excited to see Rosario Dawson and Ahsoka. I think it's going to be out of this world, and that character is already so special, and she's so phenomenal. So I'm so excited for that.
Yeah, to see Ahsoka and Hera and Sabine all in the same place on camera together like that was just it was just like a mind-melting moment, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
저는 오늘 진짜 흥미로웠던 것이 트레일러가 다 장르나 어떤 그런 뭐라고 해야 될까요? 그 느낌이 다 달라서 그게 정말 진짜 흥미로웠던 것 같아요.
For me today, the most interesting parts were that all the trailers had different feels and different genres from them.
그래서 정말 진짜 너무 빨리 보고 싶어서 기다리는 게 지금 기다릴 수가 없는 것 같아요.
So I can't wait to see them all in full.
Yeah, yeah. It was a lot of wonderful stuff. It was a lot of wonderful stuff. Joining Star Wars, I'm sure, is it's always something that is a big deal. It's a lot to take on, I'm sure. In particular for you, Lee, this is your first American series, and this is your first series in a foreign language for you. How was the experience coming on to all of this?
굉장히 특별한 경험이죠. 저에게는 제가 영어가 언어가 아니기 때문에요.
So it's definitely a special experience for me, especially because English isn't my first language.
그래서 아마 스타워즈가 아니었다면은 아마 이 작품을 못 한다고 거절했을 것 같아요.
So if it wasn't Star Wars, I may have declined some other show.
근데 누가 스타워즈를 거절할 수 있겠어요?
But who would say no to Star Wars? Come on.
더군다나 라이트 세이버를 쓸 수 있다고 하는데.
And they said you can use a lightsaber.
Amazing. And obviously, I mean, look, she shows up to her own panel for her own show dressed as Padme. Like, you know it's a big deal for her to be part of Star Wars. Tell me about this. How was it for you?
It's unreal, for sure. Yeah, I really love cons. I really love cosplaying. So it felt like there was no way I could come here and not cosplay. Yeah.
And when you found out about joining the show and becoming part of Star Wars, like, how was that for you?
Oh my God. Yeah, I nearly fainted. What was so wild about this show and my experience coming onto it was Leslie and Lucasfilm had already developed the show around me before I even had my first meeting.
Wow.
So going
Both amazing and no pressure.
Yeah. Like, basically, here's your own Star Wars show on a silver platter. What are you going to do, babe? I think I'm going to do it. I think I'm gonna put my entire heart and soul into it and do the best I possibly can. But yeah, that first meeting was wild. I was presented with the concept art that had already been drawn up with my image, which was like, yeah, a fall on the floor moment.
Whoa.
I'd say. And then the panic hit. And then after the panic hit, then I started training in Wing Chun at a local school, which was really cool because going into training, I had already kind of had that basis when I did my my initial training period with my master.
Wow. Wow. You just jumped right into it. I love it. I love it. Well, before we go, is there anything that you'd like to say to the fans as we kind of like launch this entire Acolyte experience here at Star Wars Celebration?
제가 장담할 수 있을 것 같은데 이 아콜라이트는 지금까지 나왔었던 스타워즈 이야기들 중에서도 가장 흥미로운 이야기가 될 것 같습니다.
I guarantee you that Acolyte would be the most interesting of the Star Wars stories.
스타워즈는 놀랍게도 항상 발전되는 이야기와 비주얼을 우리에게 보여줬었는데 지금 저희 아콜라이트도 조금 더 발전한 이야기와 비주얼을 보여드릴 수 있을 것 같아서 진짜 뭐 더 말씀드리고 싶은데 여기까지만 참겠습니다.
Star Wars has always shown stepped up visuals and stepped up developments of stories and so on. And I think Acolyte will be showing a great example of that going further ahead. I really want to share more, but I can't, so I'll stop right here.
Amanda, anything you want to say to the fans here before we wrap it up?
I guess I just want to say it's such an exciting time for Star Wars. There's so many corners of the universe that are being explored and being shared right now, and it's a huge privilege to be a part of that. And we also take the privilege of being able to focus on the High Republic era really seriously. Yeah, it's such an interesting time in the galaxy. And hopefully you guys will love everything that we're trying to showcase in it. Such a vast array of characters that we have, vast array of creatures, vast array of fighting styles. And I just, once again, I'm really excited to share it with you. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Well, we're excited to see it. Ladies and gentlemen, Amanda Stenberg, Lee Jung-jae, thank you so much for being here.
Now, you've seen our next guests giving forking amazing performances in The Good Place, hanging out with Wolverine and Professor X, and living the same day over and over and over again in Russian Doll. But now they can all be seen together in the brand new series, Star Wars, The Acolyte. Give it up for Manny Jacinto, Daphne Keane, and Charlie Barnett! Yeah, get used to that.
Yeah, no.
Yo, one more time. This is so cool! Now, Charlie, you previously worked with Leslie on Russian Doll.
I did.
So what was it like working on a Star Wars series with her?
Very different world, I'm not gonna lie. Leslie's incredible. She's one of the most malleable directors that I feel like I've worked with, one of the most collaborative. As much as she is so ingrained into this world, she is a super fan. I'm a fan. Leslie is like next level super fan. She was correcting me on things. I couldn't believe it. But she is always available to hear our voices, to incorporate our thoughts, our artistic choices into the world, into the galaxy, I should be saying.
A galaxy far, far
Which
away.
makes it so much more enjoyable to work on something like this, but also, I think, more creative. It's really incredible. She's a brilliant woman.
Yeah.
Truly.
Woo!
So
Yeah,
thankful to
Leslie.
be working with her again.
I can really look forward to seeing what you guys do because you really made magic with Russian Doll. So I'm really excited to see it.
Thank you.
Now, Daphne, you play a Jedi in this series, and I have to ask you our most important question.
Padawan.
What's it like living all of our dreams?
Guys, it's a lifestyle. It's great.
It's a lifestyle.
It's a lifestyle. I love it. The first time I got my saber, I had to go into a corner and just scream on my own. I was like, it's fine, guys. I've done this a billion times. And I was just like, it was so exciting.
Let it be known we had sticks at first.
We had like these wooden sticks, like genuinely, they were like taped to be like the border where you like put your hand on. And then suddenly we were on set and they were like, here's the saber. They just like handed it really casually because they'd been like handling them for like however many just projects they've done. We were like, just so much pressure. But it was so fun. I get to be an alien, which is sick. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun. we have a good time, and then we get to do a bunch of stunts, which I love, and we get to do Force stuff. It's just like we had a whole Force training, like 2 weeks of just like us in rooms being like, which was really fun.
All right, I need to see it one more time. Give me your best Force move.
My best Force move. But I can do that. I'm not gonna give you more, guys. You have to watch the show.
You know, it'd been really cool if that door just opened. Like, as soon as you did it, the door just
Yeah,
slid
what can I
open.
say? I just did that.
Now, Manny, you've been in a couple of great ensemble casts in your career.
Thank you.
So what's it like joining one in a galaxy far, far away?
There is nothing like Star Wars. Look at this. This is unreal. It goes all the way back there. Oh, man. I mean, there's nothing like the ensemble of the Star Wars family, and it's truly, truly an honor to be able to do this with all you guys. Because, yeah. Absolutely. Like, this is a true honor, so thank you. There's nothing like it.
Oh, dear. Well, he got it. Now, Daphne and Charlie, we've heard you two are like two peas in a pod on the set. What's it like working with one another? And, ooh, what's a fun story you can share about your time on the set?
We have many.
Yeah, too
Many
We're kind of like the shenanigans, the children of the set.
Yeah, we're definitely very goofy.
Got in trouble a lot moving, things with the force because,
Because you can.
because we can,
Because, like, we know how to do that.
We had a couple like off-screen saber fights.
Yeah, we did.
Ooh, Daphne broke a saber.
No, shush! Why would you
She's
say
that
that?
strong, yeah.
Actually, if
that
it was
powerful.
3, but
True,
okay.
true. And they come in like
Thanks.
private briefcases too, so it's like
Yeah,
a
it was
big
really
deal,
bad.
No,
it was really bad. It was actually really.
Real.
The prop people were like, "You need to stop," and I was like, "I'm really sorry. I'm not doing it on purpose."
I think it was week 3. We were going through stunt training, and I was like falling apart at the seams. I really, this is a big deal.
It's a big deal.
This is a big deal, and I wanted to live up to everything that was
Yeah.
being thrown at us. And it's such an incredible group of people training us for all the stunts and working with us for stunts.
Yeah.
And I was about to lose it because I couldn't do a backflip and a kickflip spin with my lightsaber like Manny can.
Like Manny.
Legitimately.
Manny's stunt god.
Yeah.
Like Manny's the father of stunts.
I didn't get to do any like super fun stuff.
No.
It was like
No
But-
lightsaber too, so
But you're like,
Yeah.
anyways, we can't talk about this. This is very forbidden.
Spoilers.
But Manny was having not Manny, Charlie. Great, I'm doing great under pressure. Charlie was having a little freak out, like in the corner. He was like just like having a little moment, and they gave him his robe, like his Jedi robe, for the first time. This is highly illegal. I shouldn't have done this. I took my phone and I took a photo of it, and I sent it to him, and I was like, "You look so cool. Love you."
It was
And that was the beginning
an
of our
inspiring. It was
friendship.
our moment of bond, and
Yeah.
I knew that I had a partner supporting
Yeah.
me for sure. But
I sent him a little message, Master Charlie.
Now, we talked about your Jedi training, your lightsaber training. What kind of preparation did you put into it as far as, I don't know, High Republic information? Or, whatever.
I think Charlie should take this one because Charlie is informed, guys. Charlie's got the answers.
yes.
Yeah.
I'm too afraid to answer this. I feel like we're gonna get in
Everyone's
trouble
watching
for
you
Don't
saying
worry,
anyway.
Leslie is backstage watching you on
No
the screen.
pressure.
Leslie's
Say
gone.
whatever you
All right,
want.
good. I won't be fired.
Yeah,
All right.
Leslie's gone, but look around.
Oh, take a breath. Take a breath. We are in an era a little bit after, the highest of the High Republic, about 100 years out from the books. So luckily, I think it makes it a little bit more free to be like, we're coming into it from a place that isn't established. I'm like, wow, man, I want to say so much.
Tread so lightly.
Yeah,
Red.
tread
Or
so
don't.
lightly.
Yeah.
Ooh, we go to some cool places.
Do you do
Can't
some
say
cool
that.
things as well?
We do some cool things, some really cool things.
Cool things.
Cool things, cool places, cool people.
There's some cool looks. I
Yeah.
can say that this one has some cool horns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That enough of
I do
what like.
slay in my alien outfit. It was really
Hey.
funny. I walked on set one day without it, and the director asked me for a coffee. He was like, "Oh, yeah, new PA. Can you get me a coffee?" I was like, "Yeah." They came back with a coffee, and they went, "Oh my God, Daphne." I was like, "Yes." It's
I love
me."
that you got the coffee.
I got the coffee. I was like, "Here's your latte."
We love a humble Jedi Queen.
Yeah.
Now, I have to ask, this, as we just said, this is an entirely new era for Star Wars. So what's it like to have the freedom to work within that timeline and this story and to kind of just come in on a new era? You guys are setting a tone.
Yeah.
What's that feel like for you?
I think it's really fun to get to like investigate and have some creative input obviously within the guidelines of the universe that's been created, but it's really fun to get to actually like take creative decisions and stuff. And it's really fun to kind of have this freedom of it's this time where basically like Siths don't exist, which is something we haven't really seen. And it's fun to have that kind of that air of mystery and all of these new things, and the Jedi is kind of like thriving at this point, like they're doing really well, and it's really fun. We have different costumes to the other Jedis because obviously it's sooner. It's just really fun to get to play around with stuff, I think.
Now, without spoiling the show, can you tell me, I don't know, describe the Acolyte in 5 words? Less than 5 words.
One word each or something.
Create a sentence.
Action. Trailer. Drop it now.
Yeah.
Come on, the people want it.
Yes!
Manny, what did you do?
I'm gonna cause a riot.
He's using
You
the
already
force.
But yes, action.
I would say a battle for power. I mean, the best parts about Star Wars is there is no good or evil. It depends on what side you're standing on, truly. You know what I mean? That you can look at any angle and see yourself relayed through all the characters, Darth to Luke. You know what I'm saying? But this show, yeah, I shouldn't use Darth Vader and Luke Skywalker. I'm sorry, I'm too casual with that. This show is truly about that balance of power and balance of good versus evil, and realizing that so much of it, starts at the root, truly.
I also say it's a very emotional show in a way. It's kind of got a very human quality, which is, I think, what drew all of us as creatives apart from the huge Star Wars element of it, which I think we're all fans of it. But it was a really human show, and it's really fun as an actor to get to step into that.
I just want to say, first of all, I'm so excited to see what you all do with this show. Thank you so much for your time and for being here.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
When you're nearly 7 feet tall, you're pretty tough to miss in a crowd. But unless you're really good at recognizing piercing blue eyes, you'd be hard-pressed to recognize this famous Wookiee at the supermarket. He's a gentle giant, and he's joined by the considerably smaller but no less talented co-star from the upcoming series, The Acolyte. Give it up for Jonas Swotamo and Dean Charles Chapman! All right, wonderful. Thank you both so much for being here with us today. How excited are you to be at Star Wars Celebration? It's an amazing experience.
So excited. What's up?
Now, Dean, Jonas is no stranger to Star Wars, as just exemplified by that wonderful Shriwook. Have you asked him for any pointers?
Any pointers? Not necessarily. I guess I'd just have to look over at this guy on set, and seeing him in the full Wookiee outfit is kind of a dream come true, to be completely honest. Yeah.
Can you corroborate that? Did you give him any pointers? Maybe he's not remembering them.
Well, I told Dean, do as I do, not what I say, and he went far with that.
Fair. And now both of you, I'm told, get to handle some lightsabers in The Acolyte. As someone who's always dreamed of swinging a lightsaber, what's it like to finally be doing it in a Star Wars show?
I got this one. It's like... Yep.
Pretty good.
Perfect, no notes.
I will say that I was really surprised on how heavy they are. I mean, I'm not sure, like these wicked ones out here, I'm not sure how heavy they are, but the ones that we had are surprisingly light, quite weighty.
Would you like to borrow one? I'm sure we can get you one from the crowd here.
No, I'm good. I wouldn't want to spoil it.
Okay.
They'll never get it back, so he's...
I'll nick it.
Fair. Now, Jonas, as a Jedi this time around, I'm just going to keep talking about it because I'm just so excited for you. I'm excited to see you as a Wookiee Jedi. Amazing.
A Wookiee Jedi?
A Wookiee Jedi.
Did you just say a Wookiee Jedi? It's unbelievable. The concept of this character coming in, it fascinated me, and I knew that people were gonna be excited when they heard about this whole show, and then when they hear about this character, I just knew that there was something special brewing here. And yeah, Kelnaka is a Wookiee Jedi, and he's and I can't wait to for you guys to see how because I wanted it to be different from Chewbacca, and so coming up with ways to differentiate between those two characters was an interesting challenge, and that's what I tried to do, and I hope that I did a okay job.
Definitely did.
Yeah. Now, behind the scenes, how has your training changed to become a Wookiee Jedi? I'm just going to keep saying those words together because I'm very excited.
Well, luckily we had the same stunt team as we had in Solo, so it was a familiar crew, and we had some awesome training partners with Dean and everybody else, and yeah, it was just fun getting to learn these things that we needed to learn, and I really wanted to learn because I was playing this video game about samurais, and I really wanted to try those moves in the saber arena. So I had some fun doing training. Yeah, Ghost of Tsushima was the game.
Got some fans. Got some fans here.
I was using a lot of wind stance. And also stone stance, but yeah, that's I went too far with that one, yeah.
Can we see that one? No, passing on that.
Oh, wait, what was that?
Can we see that? Stone stance.
Stone stance. I forget how stone.
Yeah. It's done. That's done. If we'd known you were going to do that, we could have moved the table. Could have just given you the whole room, whole ring.
Yeah, we'll have a panel about that tomorrow, yeah. About the stances.
Now, everyone here, I think, to a person, is a Star Wars fan. Yeah? Safe assumption in this crowd. What has your connection to Star Wars been growing up, and what's it like to be a part of it now?
I actually played the video games before I watched the movies. I was about 7 and I was playing a Star Wars Lego game, which I was obsessed with the video games. And then I remember I was at home one day and I was like, what should I watch? Lord of the Rings, Star Wars? Star Wars. Loved it. And just to be a part of Star Wars, and we've talked about the lightsabers and stuff, but it really is a dream come true. And working with people like Jonas as well, it couldn't be better.
Yeah, for me, I remember on VHS when I was young, I was watching the Mos Eisley Streets, and there was Chewbacca, and there was Luke Skywalker drinking blue milk. I thought it was blue oatmeal because I ate a lot of oatmeal as a kid, so I thought the Luke would similar. But it permeated my life because my dad was a huge Star Wars and Indiana Jones fan, and it was just always there, and it was so real, close to our world, but still there were spaceships and lightsabers and all these creatures that you didn't know. So that was the magical touch that really drew me in. And I remember when I was in college, my freshman year, I Googled, I got my first computer, my own computer, and I Googled who is inside the Chewbacca suit. And it was Peter Mayhew. And
One and only.
And so that was sort of a premonition of what was to come. And 10 years later, I was myself, putting on the suit with Peter Mayhew, and it's just been a fantastic journey. And I'm really glad that this new show, The Acolyte, we can show something an original story with this amazing cast, and with Neil Scanlon's Creature Workshop putting together yet another palette of awesome creatures, and we're just so lucky to be here right now.
Absolutely. And it's so wonderful to see you continuing the Wookiee tradition that Peter Mayhew started and creating all new characters with it. Is there anything that you both want to say to the fans out there? Is there anything else you'd like to say?
I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy it.
That was very safe and spoiler-free. That was a little too
Trying to play it
safe,
safe,
sir.
Can't say too much.
I just wanted to ask everyone, can I get a... And also, can I get a... And one more time, everybody. Let's say it together. A Wookiee Jedi.
A Wookiee Jedi!
Thank you.
Oh my goodness. Well, next time I see you both, I'm putting Dean on my shoulders and wearing a giant trench coat for the interview. Are you down for this? We're gonna do that?
Definitely down.
And we might be almost as tall as you, like just barely. Thank you so much for coming by. Lots more fun to come right here on Star Wars Celebration Live. Be back in a moment.
Yes, are no strangers to Lucasfilm Productions. They've gone from either designing the Death Star to being integrated into the fastest hunk of junk in the galaxy. But now they can both be seen facing off against one another this summer in Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. Please give it up for Mads Mikkelsen, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, and the man tasked with keeping them in line, director James Mangold. Here in the front. They showed up to Star Wars Celebration dressed as Indiana Jones, just with their fingers crossed. With their fingers crossed, hoping y'all were gonna be here. How's it feel to be out here?
It's wonderful. It's
Fantastic.
Yeah, incredible.
I gotta know, James. So you're sort of taking over director duties from Steven Spielberg. No pressure, no big deal.
Yeah, no big deal.
What did you feel like you had to nail to both make this an Indiana Jones movie, a classic Indiana Jones movie, but also kind of make it your own movie and a movie that you're making with this new collaborative team?
Well, Steven's work is something, I mean, these movies are something I grew up with. I saw the first Indiana Jones in upstate New York when I was 7 of my life, ever since I had a Super 8 camera in my hand, with my teens. So that in some ways, I felt like, yes, it's a big job taking over for Steven. And, but in other ways, his style is something I've been studying and admiring all my life. So it was just a matter, and it's been a huge influence on my work even before I stepped into a movie like this. So I tried to just stay inside my own voice, but also, I mean, as I think people will see when they see the film, the first 25 minutes or so is me doing my very best to channel Steven 100%.
Yeah, I mean, like you're saying, it's impossible, I think, to be working in film today without being influenced or touched in some way by their work. So, yeah, I would imagine it kind of just gets in there no matter what you're doing. Okay, now's the part where I ask things and you say very little. Tell us about your characters.
Yes.
This is Helena, and I play Jürgen Voller. I'm German, from the 30s, if that rings a bell. I'm also a scientist. I think that's all I'm allowed to say.
Great, perfect. That's actually about 15 words more than I thought you'd be able to. So we're doing good. Phoebe, how about you?
I play. Wow! Hi everyone. This is unbelievable. I can't believe it. I play Helena, who is Indy's long-lost goddaughter, who comes back and gives him a bit of a fright later on in her life.
Yeah, and I know this is something that none of us can know the answer to right now, but we're all trying to figure out whose daughter you are. And there are so many theories. Have you been watching them? Have you found any of them interesting? This is something you also can't answer.
Absolutely can't answer. Yeah, sorry. No, you're gonna have to wait and see. But it's a wonderful revelation.
I can give you a hunch.
Whoa! Whoa! Complex, layered relationships in this one, everybody. No, but one of the things that I love about this is it is set, you know, a bit later on, right? One of my favorite things in the trailer is the scene, the shot of Indy sitting down next to a kid on the subway with a astronaut helmet on. And so things have definitely changed. How has the world sort of changed for Indiana Jones, and how do the two of you, I mean, you obviously come from Indy's past, we've seen.
Yeah.
But how do you all fit into this sort of like space age world now? Because we think of Indiana Jones as very like Republic serial World War II, you know?
I guess this is your time. It's not Indy's time, it's not my time. I think both Indy and Jürgen Voller are kind of lost in the past. Just look at the way they dress. But they also have dreams that has nothing to do with the present. 69 is just a phase, you have to get over it. Something better is out there. That's how my character sees it.
Got it. Well, it's a great point. You know, the 60s are a kind of huge period of change from a kind of, it's the arrival of modernism, it's the arrival of cynicism, it's the arrival of realpolitik and triangulation and wars where we're not even sure who we're rooting for anymore, and the Cold War and nuclear power and moon landings. And so one way or another, we were going to have to make a movie that took place in this period. So the movie is really interesting the way as it opens, and you find Indy, it's no longer fashionable, that kind of hero. And he kind of proves his worth again in the course of the movie. But the time period has a really interesting effect on the story, of course.
Did it allow you, I mean, obviously we think of globetrotting as well. Were there any fun locations that you all went to? Was there a favorite that you got to see? That once again, they're all doing this thing where it's like, we can't even tell you where we shot, man.
Oh,
we went to Sicily, Morocco,
Yeah.
and Glasgow was extraordinary. Woo! Glasgow!
We love Glasgow.
Glasgow's energy is off the wall. It's incredible. They all were, actually. We were really blessed with these different incredible places. I loved Morocco. It was just a real, it was just such an immersive experience, and all the action sequences we did there were just, it really added to it, the fact that we were there.
Yeah. No, you're just like, yeah, Morocco was good. Yeah.
Morocco rocked. Yeah. No, I was a big fan of Sicily. There's something very Indiana Jones about Sicily. It was the roughness of the island. It was just like very much down the alley of what this film is all about, and the beauty at the same time.
And the food.
And the food.
My God, the pasta.
You're just planning half the film around like what y'all are going to be eating. I love it. Let me ask you this: this is not your first time working on a Lucasfilm production on something like this. What was it like coming back? Were there any tips that you had for people who were new working to this sort of crew and this sort of production?
Well, I mean, it's such an extraordinary thing working on movies that have this scale, and it's such a gift to be able to experience that. And I thought that I might be sort of a bit more prepared, having done Solo and seen something on that scale, but I wasn't. The marvel of it is extraordinary every single time, and you really feel like you are living the adventures. So there is something so beautiful about being able to feel like you're really in that world when you're on that set, because sometimes they're 360 sets, and you just look around, you're actually in a tomb, and you just can believe it. I feel like all that stuff really actually happened to me.
Was that an interesting experience, like a challenge for you, directing on the volume and in sort of those digital?
We never directed.
You never did a volume.
No.
No.
We did real shit.
That's amazing. That's great. So.
I don't even know what volume is.
It's a miraculous LCD screen that creates a background behind you, and they don't have to build it.
Yeah, I did that.
We built it, or
yeah,
we went
you
there.
did that.
Yeah,
You've seen that, yeah, for sure. For sure. But not on Indy. I love that. That's cool. Have you two seen your characters being cosplayed here yet?
This is the first room I'm in, so if anyone is my character, raise their hand.
Jürgen Voller cosplayer would scare me.
They should be careful.
I'm not sure we want to find him.
No, apparently not. No.
They're
not
out
today.
there. They're out there. Have you seen pictures of people cosplaying your characters?
Not yet, no.
Not yet.
I've seen something of you. Yes, little midriff tied, the mid-picture look.
Oh, I can't wait. Reveal yourselves.
It's amazing. Well, I want to ask you all, is there anything that you'd like to tell the audience, anything you'd like to say to the people at home about this movie? Anything you'd like to say to the fans before they go?
We hope you love it. We loved making it. I mean, it's not complicated. It was a real, it was a thrill, not just the scale of the movie, but to work with a legend like Harrison, producers like Kathy Kennedy, George Lucas, Steven Spielberg, and to have the miraculous John Williams at 91 years old writing a kick-ass score. 2 hours of music by that man.
Wow.
So fasten your seatbelts. We can't wait for you to see it.
Oh my gosh. We're all so excited. Thank you so much. James Mangold, Phoebe Waller-Bridge, Mads Mikkelsen, thank you for being here.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. You want to meet some more cast members from The Acolyte? Come here. You people at home, you people in the audience. I won't make it weird, I promise. But come closer. Because I got you, fam. It's Jodie Turner-Smith and Rebecca Henderson.
Wow.
Welcome. Thank you. So excited to welcome you all out. Everybody, can we please get one more round of applause because they look... Now, can we talk a little bit about the characters that you're playing in The Acolyte? Well, you want...
Yes.
Yeah, we'll keep it Vegas. Jodie, can you tell us about your character?
Okay, well, let me try to talk about this without getting fired or murdered. So my character, you know, she's a powerful leader. She's a powerful leader. Yes. In a very woman-centered world, which I was very excited to kind of be in that, because I feel like Star Wars is very like patriarchal, so it was kind of cool to have like this sort of woman-centered figure.
I'd love to see it.
And you know, she's really sort of going through a struggle, because I mean, that's Star Wars, right? Like, we're going through a struggle. Yes. She's really kind of like in this sort of quandary, and that's sort of her journey is to kind of go through this struggle between two ideas. Very nice.
We're gonna leave that one right there because I like in my heart I know Leslie is somewhere.
I know, I'm looking around for her, like, you know, such an actor, like looking around, like, is it okay? Did I do good?
Now, Rebecca, can you tell us a little bit about your character?
Yes, I play a Mary Allen, an elder Jedi master.
Now, Rebecca, like Charlie Barnett, you two worked with Leslie on Russian Doll. So what's it been like collaborating on Star Wars with her?
I mean, honestly, it has been so emotional. I'm shaking because watching Leslie, you know, from the very beginning, from her coming up with this idea, pitching this idea, having the show begin, and now we're still shooting and being here. I mean, it's been incredibly emotional, and I have cried many times today.
Well, you guys are doing great, and everybody out here is going to be so happy. And I'm emotional just knowing that you all are a part of this galaxy. It's so cool. Now, being cast in Star Wars, it's a big deal. How did you process the news that you were going to be in Star Wars? Let's start with you, Jodie.
You know, I don't think that I really understood the largeness of it. And it's kind of one of those things where it's like, you can't really take the time to think about it. Otherwise it becomes like really overwhelming. And I'm glad that I didn't like fully process it. It's like being here right now with all of you guys is me like letting it sink in. I'm like, holy sorry. There's children here. I'm so sorry. Sorry for my language. I'll put money in everybody's swear jar after this.
No? Rebecca, how did you process it? Like,
I don't think I really processed it until my first day on set in the Jedi robes, green, and in a Jedi temple, which was actually built. And then I was like, huh, okay, yeah, this.
It's like you're playing Star Wars, but you're like, you're kind of LARPing Star Wars, but really making Star Wars.
Yes, it was like that.
There's something about the sets where it's like you walk onto set and you're like, oh, I'm in Star Wars. Yes. Like, this is Star Wars.
Yes, they practically built so much of it. It's not, on the volume. It is built, and so we really are in the world. It's really very cool.
Huge hand-painted backdrops. Like, it's insane.
And on location as well, of course.
Yeah. Money, a lot of money.
Listen, we like high production values over here. Oh man, how must that have felt to walk into the temple? I don't know if you can say that.
Well, we might have had some different settings that we were walking into.
We shot some different things.
We were never on the same set, the two of us.
See, now we can go and figure that out. I would like to see 47 fan theories about why that is by the time we leave the stage.
Yeah, but it was overwhelming to walk onto the set and even like the smell of it, you're just like, you get the sense, like, even though obviously, being here, you see all the different shows, all the different movies, but all of it somehow just feels like the same place, the same galaxy far, far away, like, for real.
How does your persona change when you actually get into that costume?
I think it was Jack Nicholson who said, let the wardrobe do the acting. And so it's really, there's so many, I want to say, artisans who create these looks for us. And my look, you guys saw, it was quite intricate. Well, you guys, did everybody in here see? Oh, no. Oh, sorry. Okay, well, sorry, I wish you guys saw it too, but...
I got you, fam, be patient.
Ooh, maybe you will be seeing it at some point. But, to put everything on and to see myself, I felt sort of the gravity of it. It just feels, I don't know, when you get in everything, it feels so important and so real and so like, woo!
It's so real. I'd say, what was it like seeing the audience reaction to the series that you just got to preview a little bit of? What was it like to see that audience reaction to you, to this story?
I cried. I already said that. It was cool to hear the different reactions when they saw different things. Like, oh, and it was very, very special. And any roar of the crowd is like, it feels amazing, yeah. The fans are the best. They really are. I've been hearing about that.
Well, from me to you, welcome to the family. We are more than lucky to have you, so thank you very much.
One day you're ripping apart starships on Ferrix, rolling your eyes at your best buddy Cassian. The next you're tossing an improvised explosive device that literally sparks a rebellion. Please welcome to the stage, from Andor, Joplin Sibtain and Mohanad Bey.
Hi.
Hello. Hello.
Hey, man.
Welcome to Star Wars Celebration. Is this your first time? Am I correct?
Yeah, man, I'm just trying to take it all in. This is It's incredible.
Yeah.
Quite the crowd. A lot of Andor fans out there?
Come on.
Mohamed, I'll start with you because you look extremely prepared, and I think Joplin's still taking it all in. How did you prepare for this role and get into the headspace of your character, Wilman Pak?
You mean how I got the role, like auditioning wise, or you mean for the character?
Once you got the role,
Oh, once I
how
got the
did you prepare for that role?
I mean, as you know, in season 1, I was kind of in and out throughout the season, but episode 12 was like the makeshift for my character. And I think just knowing that losing my, spoiler, losing my father in season 1, in the end, that really helped me. And also, the Empire, man. Who likes the Empire? No?
Oh. Not a lot of Imperial fans in this crowd, as it turns out. Not a surprise. Oh, we do have a contingent, I see, towards the front.
Oh, God.
A contingent of Imperial fans, perhaps. Joplin, how about you? How did you prepare for the role of Brasso?
I usually play bad guys, so it was a bit of a leap for me to play somebody who was decent. Brasso's a reliable, solid, dependable guy. He's got no sides to him, he's just stand up. It's not that complicated, really. He's an uncomplicated person, so it's just about keeping yourself in check. He works in a breaker's yard, breaking up big ships, and I've done manual labor in the past in a building trade, so that felt like something I was kind of close to as well. He's a physical guy, which you don't get a hell of a lot in terms of scripts. You kind of get your bits. So you have to sort of pick the bones from that. You don't really hear what people are saying about you, which is a big part of developing a character. It's just about finding those sort of attributes and trying to play them as closely as you can or bring them to yourself,
Yep, Brasso is a real one. He is a rock-solid friend to Cassian.
Yeah, you can build your house on Brasso. He's
You could.
there for you, He's got your six, as they say in America. It's like...
You need an alibi, you call Brasso.
Yeah, he'd never let you down.
You need your car pushed out of a ditch, you call Brasso.
And as I say, it was really difficult for me to approach that kind of role, because it's not me at all. But it's good to play good people. And actually, they're trickier to play in a way, because villains are easier to go to, But I usually get villains, and they're great fun to play villains. But also, it's nice to play somebody who's on the straight and narrow. Yeah.
Yeah. Mohamed, aside from the Star Wars of it all, what drew you to this project of Andor?
What do I truly love the most? Pardon? So I couldn't hear.
What drew you to the project of Andor?
I mean, how lucky am I to be here right now, man? Am I going to say no to this? I'm really thankful and grateful to being a part of this story. And to be a part of this universe, man, and alongside all the fans here, man, I'm so lucky, man. So lucky to be here.
Joplin.
Yeah, if I'm really honest, actors don't tend to choose their careers too much. You get an audition, and you go out for the role, and you hope you get the job, and that's all that happened. It is just such a privilege to be part of the world. It's slightly overwhelming because you don't know about all of this, and there's this incredible family. And of all the franchises, these are the best fans, right? They have to be. They're extraordinary.
They agree. Mohamed, your character literally lit a fire for the rebellion. Once again, a spoiler. Sorry for anyone here who hasn't seen Andor yet. What was it like for you playing the role?
Incredible, man. Wilman Pak in season 1, he's a 16-year-old kid who's just, trying to live a normal life alongside his father as a mechanic. And then the Empire come along, try to take over the planet, and that is what lights a fire in Wilman. He can't have that. He can't have that happening. Come on. No way.
Now, Brasso, I know, is just on the straight and narrow. So I won't ask you a similar question, because we know Brasso is just, you know, he is a house on fire, but for his friends, for his family, he'll protect the people of Ferrix. Speaking of being on set for Andor, Mohamed, did you get to keep that cool Star Warsified hoodie that you had on the show?
Unfortunately not. I wish I had, and I remember seeing like when the first trailer, like the teaser came out, loads of fans were like, "Is that boy wearing a hoodie? Is this the first time we see a hoodie in Star Wars?" And I was like, "Well, if I'm the first person to wear it, I'll take that as a W. You know, I'll be happy to be the first person to wear that." But unfortunately not. They're too strict for that. So yeah.
Did either of you get to keep anything from set?
No, you get like cavity search when you leave that place, you know. They got these at security, you know, like even the tags on the costumes. You know, it's,
Yeah, all code-named and very carefully curated at the end of each day to make sure you didn't just pocket any pieces, I guess, any props. All right, wonderful. Before we wrap up, is there anything that you would like to say to all of these fans amassed here today?
Thank you. Thank you so much. That's what I can say, man. Thank you.